Pep Guardiola has just made a brutal, ruthless decision that has sent shockwaves through the Manchester City dressing room, effectively ending the careers of several high-profile players at the Etihad Stadium. The legendary Spanish manager has drawn a definitive line in the sand, completely freezing out Savinho, Omar Marmoush, and Tijjani Reijnders from his first team plans in a move that proves just how unforgiving his standards truly are. This is not just a temporary rotation or a slight dip in form. This is a calculated, cold-blooded execution of their Manchester City futures, with Guardiola already identifying the exact teenage sensations he wants to replace them. When you look at what Manchester City are achieving right now, it is easy to get swept up in the glory and ignore the casualties left behind. They have surged to the top of the Premier League table. They have already secured the Carabao Cup, and they have booked a massive FA Cup semi-final date against Southampton. Everything looks perfect on the surface. But behind the scenes, Guardiola has been conducting a ruthless evaluation of his squad, and his verdict on his backup attackers is absolutely devastating. He has found his untouchable front four, and if you are not in that elite group, you are essentially invisible to him. Erling Haaland, Antoine Semenyo, Jeremy Doku, and Ryan Cherki have established themselves as the undisputed first-choice attacking quartet. They are the chosen ones. They are the players Guardiola trusts to execute his complex tactical demands, to press with relentless intensity, and to deliver the devastating attacking output required to win multiple trophies. This quartet has been the driving force behind Manchester City's recent dominance, operating with a level of cohesion and brilliance that has left opposition defences completely helpless. But their success has highlighted a glaring, undeniable problem within the squad: the massive drop-off in quality when the backups are called upon. This is where the brutal reality of playing for Pep Guardiola sets in. If you cannot maintain the exact same level of performance as the starters, you will be discarded without a second thought. Over the past 5 matches, Savinho, Omar Marmoush, and Tijjani Reijnders have barely seen a single minute of meaningful action. They have been completely marginalised, reduced to mere spectators as the first team marches towards another historic season. Phil Foden is obviously excluded from this assessment, as his quality and standing within the squad are unquestionable. But for the others, the writing is clearly on the wall. Subscribe now and help us reach 1,000 subscribers by April 30th. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any update. Let us break down exactly why Guardiola has lost faith in these players, starting with Savinho. When he arrived, there was genuine excitement about his potential. He possesses undeniable natural talent, the kind of raw ability that can get fans out of their seats. But under Guardiola, raw talent is never enough. You need tactical discipline, consistency, and the ability to make the right decision in a fraction of a second. Savinho has been described as a deeply frustrating player who flatters to deceive. He shows flashes of brilliance, but they are too often followed by poor decision-making or a lack of end product. In Guardiola's system, where every single pass and movement is meticulously planned, a player who flatters to deceive is a massive liability. Then you have Omar Marmoush. He is undoubtedly a quality player, someone who has proven he can score goals and contribute at a high level. But at Manchester City, he seems destined to be nothing more than Erling Haaland's backup, a role that offers very little opportunity for regular football. He has barely featured recently, and serious questions are now being asked about whether he is actually a stylistic fit for Guardiola's intricate system. Being a good striker is not enough. You have to be a Guardiola striker. You have to understand the pressing triggers, the link-up play, and the specific movements required to create space for others. Marmoush simply does not seem to fit that very specific profile, and it is highly likely that he will be moved on during the summer transfer window. Perhaps the most surprising casualty in this ruthless cull is Tijjani Reijnders. This is only his first season at Manchester City, a time usually reserved for adaptation and learning the complexities of Guardiola's methods. But time is a luxury that Guardiola rarely affords to players who do not immediately grasp his concepts. Reijnders has completely fallen out of favour recently, and there is a growing feeling within the club that his card has already been marked. To be written off so quickly in your debut season is a brutal indictment of his performances in training and during his limited opportunities on the pitch. It shows that Guardiola has seen enough to conclude that Reijnders simply does not have what it takes to operate at the elite level required by Manchester City. This is not a criticism of their overall ability as footballers. They are all talented professionals who could easily thrive at other top clubs. But playing for Manchester City under Pep Guardiola requires a unique blend of technical perfection, tactical intelligence, and unwavering mental strength. When you watch Manchester City play, your eyes do not lie. There is a clear, undeniable drop-off in the team's overall performance and fluidity whenever Savinho, Marmoush, or Reijnders replace Doku, Cherki, Semenyo, or Haaland. The rhythm is disrupted, the pressing is less coordinated, and the attacking threat is significantly diminished. Guardiola sees this better than anyone, and he is not willing to compromise his team's success for the sake of giving backup players minutes. Because of this glaring issue, Manchester City are already preparing to act decisively in the summer transfer window. According to a new report from Sky Sports, the club is actively looking at a couple of highly rated young players to completely revamp their attacking options and provide genuine competition for the established quartet. Guardiola knows that to maintain their dominance, they cannot afford to have passengers in the squad. They need backups who can step in seamlessly and maintain the incredibly high standards set by the starters. The two names at the very top of Manchester City's wish list are Yan Diomande and Junior Krupi. These are not just squad players, these are two of the most exciting 19-year-old talents in world football right now, players with the world seemingly at their feet. The fact that City are targeting teenagers shows that Guardiola is looking to build for the future while simultaneously addressing the immediate need for better quality depth. Yan Diomande has been an absolute revelation this season. He has proven exactly what a hot prospect he is, with a series of incredibly impressive performances for RB Leipzig in the Bundesliga. Leipzig is renowned for developing elite young talent, and Diomande fits that mold perfectly. He possesses the technical quality, the physical attributes, and the tactical awareness that Guardiola demands from his attacking players. Bringing him into the Manchester City environment would allow him to develop under the best manager in the world, while providing immediate, high-quality cover for the first-choice attackers. But perhaps even more exciting is the prospect of signing Junior Krupi. The young forward has been absolutely electric in the Premier League for Bournemouth this season, taking the league by storm with his fearless attacking play. He has already scored 11 goals this season, a remarkable return for a 19-year-old playing in the most demanding league in the world. Krupi has shown that he is not just a prospect. He is a player who already has the talent, the potential, and the end product to become an elite attacking force. He has proven he can handle the physicality and the pace of the Premier League, making him an ideal candidate to step straight into the Manchester City squad. Adding players of the caliber of Diomande and Krupi would completely transform Manchester City's attacking depth. It would provide genuine high-level competition for places, forcing the likes of Doku, Cherki, and Semenyo to maintain their exceptional form or risk losing their spot in the starting lineup. It would ensure that when Guardiola needs to rotate his squad or make an impact from the bench, he is bringing on players who can actually elevate the team's performance rather than causing a drop-off in quality. This is the ruthless reality of elite football. Guardiola is not interested in sentimentality or giving players time they have not earned. He is entirely focused on winning, on maintaining the incredible standards that have made Manchester City the most dominant force in English football. Savinho, Marmoush and Reijnders have been given their opportunity, and they have failed to convince the manager that they belong in his long-term plans. Their cards are marked, their futures at the Etihad are effectively over, and the club is already moving on to the next generation of elite talent. The potential arrival of Diomande and Krupi should terrify the rest of the Premier League. Manchester City are already top of the table, they are already winning trophies, and they are doing it with a backup attacking unit that Guardiola does not even trust. Imagine how dangerous they will be when they replace those underperforming backups with two of the most exciting teenage talents in Europe. It is a terrifying prospect for their rivals and a clear statement of intent from Guardiola. He is not just looking to win this season, he is building a dynasty that will dominate for years to come, and he will ruthlessly discard anyone who cannot keep up with his relentless pursuit of perfection.